A doubleheader split, but a game two loss to the Phillies, a series loss to the Phillies, a 2-4 road trip. And as I like to say, we'll react. All right, so subscribe. You're on content for Padres fans. I think we got to 8,800 subscribers earlier today. So let's make our way to 9,000 subscribers with your help. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on X at John Schaefer at Jim Russell SD. We do appreciate your support of our work in this channel. As we try to bring you content in season and out of season. If you support the channel, please click the $sign below the chat box. We'll get to your super chats. We'll pull them up on screen. You can control the direction of the conversation. We appreciate your support. Click that $sign below the chat box. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below. I mean, overall, Jim, it's just a reeling offense. We'll get into Dylan Cease certainly as well, but a reeling offense that had 2 extra base hits in a 3-game series in Philadelphia, both doubles. They were out hit today 22-11. They were gifted a 5-run inning by the rookie starter for the Phillies, Mick Abel, the right-hander, who I think walked 5 in an inning and 2/3. And honestly, they're kind of fortunate. They get 1 of 3 in Philadelphia. It could have been disaster in the 9th inning with Robert Suarez. They just didn't show up in game 2 here tonight, and they're heading back home Thursday off, and then the homestand, and we'll see if they can respond here at home.
Looks can be deceiving, and the first game of the series where they score 6 runs, it's a deceiving 6 runs. They had, you want to count on one hand, John? They had 1, 2 extra base hits in the entire series in Philadelphia. That 5-run inning in game 1 against the Phillies, like you said, was aided by a million walks. Now, good on them as an offense to draw those walks, but I mean, let's be real here. Those pitches weren't even close. Me and you could have taken those pitches, right? Wasn't like they were putting together 15 pitch at bats, fouling off everything in the zone, and they draw walks. I mean, a lot of these pitches were easy takes. I'm not trying to dismiss what they did in game 1. I'm just giving you facts here. The offense is still a problem. Coming out of the doubleheader with a split always is kind of like the goal. It's really difficult to win both games in a doubleheader, and the preference is always taking game number 1, right? You always want to take game 1 in a doubleheader because it just, you get that opportunity to maybe pull off the doubleheader sweep, and you just feel better about yourself going into game 2. But you get into game 2, and I mean, the team can tip their hat all they want. It's not just good pitching that they're doing bad against. It's all pitching that they're doing bad against. For the most part, it's not just the Zach Wheelers of the world, and it's every pitcher essentially that is shoving against the Padres. I mean, 2 extra base hits in 3 games in Philadelphia. That's concerning. Having a 19-33 record against teams over 500 this year, that's concerning, especially knowing that their August, like I've talked about here recently, is essentially against all winning teams. Almost every series in August, if I look it up right now, almost every series in August is against a winning team. So when you look at it that way, it's like either they have to fix how to beat winning teams, or they have to fix their offense, or, I mean, fixing both would be great, but like right now they're not good at either of those things.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to fix themselves. I mean, and we haven't even touched on Dylan Cease, and we will, because he's just had this very mid-average, honestly, for his standards, below average year. But like, I can't stop thinking about this offense. I have more concerns with their offense today than I had when they left for Cincinnati and Philadelphia. That's hard to imagine because these were supposed to be warm weather, bandbox hitting ballparks where the Padres are going to at least score runs. There was no guarantee of how many games they're going to win. They're playing good teams. Cincinnati's been good. The Phillies have been better than good. It's the manner in which they're losing that is so concerning to me. I mean, game 1 against the Phillies, they did nothing, like nothing. And then game 2 of this doubleheader, they basically did. I mean, think about their run in game 2, folks. It's an infield single from Tatis. He's picked off first. They throw the ball into center field. He gets up and goes to third, and he scores on a ground ball through the right side from Merrill with the infield in. That was their offense in game 2 of this doubleheader. And then back to game 1 for a second. The 5-run inning, thank the Lord, Manny Machado ripped that ball down the left field line.
Seriously.
Because that's the only thing they did. Other than that, they had like an infield hit and another single in that inning. Everything else was a walk. I mean, they get credit for it because it happened. But and the other thing is, Robert Suarez is on there, and it's second and third, 2 outs for Schwarber, and he struck him out, thankfully. But I mean, they were on a knife's edge in game 1. So honestly, it could have been worse than a 2-4 road trip. And maybe it's as simple as you get home and they're good at home and they're playing average teams and the Rangers and the Diamondbacks, and they get back to the winning ways that they've had at home. But they're teetering at 46 and 40. They're completely teetering. I have very little faith in this offense. I mean, very little faith in this offense. I don't think it's rectified by getting home. I hope I'm wrong, but to me, they have big issues offensively that have little to do with their opponent and more to do with their lineup.
Well, what I will say is they are a good home team. While their offense feels like it's mostly miss, not hit or miss, but it's mostly miss, right? No power. They can't string together, big innings. They're not good with runners in scoring position. Fernando Tatis Jr. is a mess. Jackson Merrill doesn't have any power right now. Like, they're all up and down the lineup right now, just a bunch of singles hitters. They are still a good home team. Actually, they're a really good home team. And hopefully, in this 10-game homestand, at worst, they go and find a way to go 6-4. Then they're 8 games above 500 heading into the break. And while there still will be concerns, I don't think everything's going to just change overnight with this team. At least you could still look at the record and say, not the worst thing in the world, could be worse. I mean, 8 games above 500 at the break. You know how many teams would take that right now? But that's all predicated on them having a good homestand and going at minimum 6-4. Anything better than that, I think everybody's excited and through the roof going into the All-Star break, right?
What's their home record, Jim?
Their home record. Let me just pull this up here. It is 25-14.
Guess what their home record was when they were 14-3?
11-0. 11-0, yeah.
So are they a good home team, or were they just good the first 2 weeks of the season and they've been mid everywhere? Because they're 500 at home since that point. They're 6 games under 500 on the road from that point on. You know what I mean? They're just Are they a good home team, or were they good 2 weeks? Were they good for 2 weeks, regardless of where they played? That's my concern. They're 14-14. Now, the 11-0 counts. I mean, it all counts. I'm not discounting we always preface 14-3 by saying since 14-3, but the 14-3 counts. If they started 3-14, we'd be talking about the freaking draft. There is no, we'd be talking about whatever. But they started 14-3, thankfully. But like this team, home, road, Mexico, Antarctica, is a very mid team since 14-3, whether it's home, road, or otherwise. I'm with you. I'd rather them play at home than on the road. I think they have a better chance to win, and they should. But I just don't know, Jim. I'm with you. I'm not saying it's time to panic. I'm just saying this is so frustrating and so disappointing and so disheartening. We always excuse everything, not me and you, but it's always, well, it's the Phillies. Well, it's Zach Wheeler. It's Christopher Sanchez. Oh, it's Nick Martinez, old friend. Oh, they're playing the Dodgers. Oh, it's the Giants. Yeah, it's like, what is it? I mean, are they only supposed to beat the Rockies and the Marlins? And by the way, the Marlins are red hot, and they'll play them after the break. But you know what I mean? I mean, me and you don't do that, but I'm like, it's getting to the point where I'm like, is this a mirage? Is this real? Is this sustainable?
I'll put it as bluntly as possible.
So you're going to mute yourself? That's how bluntly you'll put it.
Stupid computer. I literally just touch it. All right. I'll start over because I didn't really get to the point. We're good?
Yeah.
All right. Damn, what was I going to say? Hold on.
I was saying, is it real? Is it a mirage?
Oh, dude, I just lost it.
Oh my God.
Shit.
No, hold on. The year?
Hold on. Shit.
I'll put it as bluntly as possible.
Dude, I just lost it. What the fuck?
How is that possible?
I just lost my train of thought in 2 seconds.
Gosh,
dude, it happens when you do 50 hours of radio a day.
Dude, what are you doing? What do you mean you had this brilliant take and you lost it?
I did. What
I'm
the
with Mr.
fuck?
B.
I'm not kidding you. I'm. Oh, dude. My brain just went. My brain is scrambled.
Well, you better get it back.
I should have just said it because then I would have like remembered.
Well,
at
you
least.
did say it. That's the thing. It's not like you didn't even say it. You said it or you're muted. So what did you just say?
I didn't say anything. I
That's
stopped
hilarious.
myself because I saw that I was muted. Hold on.
Well, I don't even know where we were now. Hopefully you'll get it back.
What are we
It's,
talking
now
about?
well, okay, here. Let's transition. Think about what was in your head. I'm going to transition to Dylan Cease, who allows 2 home runs, allows 4 runs in 6 innings. The commentary that, well, it's okay. He gives you a chance to win. It's not the word. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. 6 innings, 4 runs from Dylan Cease is not good enough. His ERA is what, over 4? What is it?
Got it.
He got his point.
I got it. Good. All right. To be blunt, as blunt as I can, when you have a lineup with over $1 billion in contracts combined, there is no excuse. None. Okay. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. Oh, Zach Wheeler was on the mound. Who was pitching game 3 for the Phillies or game 2 of the doubleheader?
The guy's unbelievable. Christopher. Oh, game 2 as in game 1 or game 2 as in game 2 tonight?
Game 2 tonight.
Christopher Sanchez. The guy's good.
He's good. But you know what?
He's good.
You know what? The Padres have $1 billion invested in their lineup. Okay.
Yes.
I don't want to hear it. You know, none of that. I'm sorry. When you have that much money invested in a lineup, there's no excuse, guys. Like none. I'm sorry. You can tip your cap all you want. I don't give a shit. You have $1 billion in your lineup. Figure it the fuck out.
I mean, and honestly, it's way more. If think about the billion, Manny's getting 650 in his career here. I might be actually doing the math wrong there because he got 150 then a new deal, so he's getting 500 overall. Then Tatis 340. That's 840 overall. Bogarts is 280. That's 1.12 billion.
Jackson's 139.
Jackson's 140. So that's 1.26 billion. Cronenworth is 80. That's 1.34 billion. I mean, again, that's lifetime. That's not per year. But your point is spot on because I make that point too. They've got 1.34 billion in 5 players. They have 1.34 billion in 5 players. And that's where I don't want to hear, well, the Dodgers have all the money in the world. I mean, the Padres have spent on this lineup. Like, let's not pretend like they're cutting costs on this lineup. Like, they have spent on this lineup and they've gotten some level of production. Like Manny Machado has produced this year. But some of the other pieces, Toddy, Bogarts on the whole, Merrill this year, where the slug has been down, they just flat out need more. Your points, I'm with you. I mean, because they have 70 something games left. How many times are we going to say, well, it's Christopher Sanchez or it's Zach Wheeler? I mean, they're going to face other good pitchers. All these teams have good pitchers by and large. I mean, maybe you'll miss one. Like, give me a break. And they miss Paul Skeens. You know what I mean? You're not facing every good pitcher every single time, but it is the major leagues. You'll face a lot of good pitching. So that can't just be, hey, the next 30 times we face good pitching, we're going to go 9-21. You have to be better than that. They just flat out have to be better than that.
Yeah, they don't have 7 Trenton Brooks in their lineup and then Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr.
Right.
They got, Luis Ariz, multiple-time All-Star. Fernando Tatis Jr., multiple-time All-Star. Xander Bogaerts, multiple-time All-Star, multiple World Series champion. Manny Machado, multiple-time All-Star, has been to a World Series. Jackson Merrill, All-Star player.
Yeah.
Elias Diaz hasn't been to a freaking All-Star game. Okay?
You're right.
Jake Cronenworth, multiple-time All-Star. That's 8 players I just named that have made multiple All-Star teams. Diaz is kind of a, whatever. Right. But still, the point remains. You have All-Stars up and down your lineup. You have $1.3 billion invested in a majority of your lineup. And offensively, they look like shit. Yeah. And there's no excuse. I'm sorry. If you want to put an excuse out there for, the pitching that they're facing is really good. Okay. The reason why you spent $1.3 billion on a lineup is to beat good pitching. Is it not?
No, it is.
So,
It 100%
it's
is.
like, what are we doing here?
This is a good start to the Supers tonight. And thank you guys for being here on this, whatever night it is, Wednesday night. We know these were day games. But we figured we'd do a wrap-up show tonight because we're not going to do it on July 4th because it's July 4th. So we wanted to be here to react to this this doubleheader. So if you're here, subscribe. And if you're here, thank you for the super chats like this one from Dose Mafia. Thank you, man. Just click the $ below the chat box. He says, please get Maldonado off this team as soon as possible. Maldonado and Diaz are 7 for 80. Let's say that again. And thank you for doing that, Crunch.
Excuse
They
me?
are 7 for 80. I mean, the math on that, 8 for 80 is 100. So 7 for 80 is batting 087 or 088. Okay. They're 7 for 80.
Again?
Yeah. They're batting 088 with men in scoring position. Let's relive the fifth inning. We were on the air, Jim. Bogarts lead off single. Sheets reaches on a fielder's choice. So he's at first. Iglesias single. You're first and second, 1 out, down 2-1. Okay. It's first and second, 1 out in the fifth inning. You need to show signs of life right there. It's 2-1. You got 2 cracks to tie it up or take the lead. Cronenworth strikes out swinging. Maldonado, no chance. I think he worked the count full and then had no shot and strikes out swinging.
No shot.
And that has just been, and that was maybe their last best chance because then all of a sudden it was 4-1. They did have some base runners later in this game, but again, they just do nothing, obviously, with runners in scoring position. That's like this, that should be like the theme. They should put signs up like we do nothing with runners in scoring position. They were 1 for 5. Merrill hit a ball on the right side past a drawn-in infielder, a worm burner that scored a run. So, I mean, they cannot hit with runners in scoring position. And, yeah, they just kill rallies everywhere.
They do kill rallies, but they're also not the main reason why this team is not good with runners in scoring position. Would you agree with that?
Maldonado and Diaz?
They're a reason, but they're not the main reason.
That's a lot of. If we took 7 for 80 out, I wonder what they'd be hitting with men in scoring position. That's a lot of wasted.
Yeah, you know what? You're
yeah,
probably right. They do kill a lot of rallies, but I can also look at a lot of rallies that, you know, guys like Xander Bogaerts and Manny Machado and Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis Jr. weren't able to get it done. Luis Arraez, you know, while
not
they're batting
as much
average.
Manny, because didn't you tweet out what Manny had done in the? I mean, Manny's really come through
in his career.
Oh, is that career what you tweeted today?
Yeah. So his career. What was it? Oh no, it's the season. My bad. Clark from Mad Friars said this season with runners in scoring position, Manny's hitting 382 with an 882 OPS and a 150 WRC plus.
Yeah, he's not going to do better than that.
Okay, maybe Diaz and Maldonado are a bigger problem than I think. Now again, I think they're a huge problem. Don't get me wrong. They are. It is so frustrating to continue to see this team have this much faith in 2 guys that are fucking awful and that they could go and get an upgrade. I mean, Kevin might be onto something that sooner rather than later, they might just say F it and give Campy some time. But I don't think that's the case because Shildt has too much favoritism towards his veteran players. And they've already told you as an organization without telling you that they don't believe in Campy anymore at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I want that to happen, but I don't feel like it's going to.
I'm trying to do the runners in scoring position deep dive, and I'm able to do it.
Okay.
So the Padres right now, Jim. And as exactly. The Padres with runners in scoring position this season, although for some reason I think are last in baseball.
With runners in scoring position?
I could be wrong. I'm at MLB.com and I'm sorting by damn team hitting stats. And I typed in scoring position and it puts them to 30th, but I can't see what they're hitting. Hold on. Here we go. The Padres with runners in scoring position have an OPS of 655, which is, stand by, 27th in the sport. Their average with runners in scoring position is 21st at 239. But we could even do that. They're 86 for 690. No, that's not right. That's not right. I'm just trying to quantify this. They're 165 for 690. I want to take Diaz and Maldonado out and see what they're hitting as a team with men in scoring position, but that's going to take a little work. It's 158 for 610. 158 divided by 610. Hold on. Because this is an interesting study. Listen to this, Jim. With the catchers, with those two catchers, they're hitting 239 with men in scoring position. Without the catchers, they're hitting 259. 20 points.
Okay, it's a big difference.
So it's big, but it's not the end all be all. You're right. Your point's right. They're not the only players struggling with runners in scoring position. The rest of the teams hit 259.
But they're a problem.
Spots.
They're a problem.
Yeah.
Like I just want to like shake Mike Shildt and be like, why the F are you playing Elias Diaz and Martin Maldonado so much? And why do you have so much faith in them? Now, I know they don't have any other option, but I'm just like, snap out of it. These guys are awful players. They suck. AJ, make a move for a catcher. Something. Elias Diaz and Martin Maldonado are awful baseball players. It's not hard.
That's well said. And honestly, dude, to your point, I'm glad you went to Preller there. Like, what the F is Shildt going to do?
That's true.
He can't play Nick Pivetta behind the plate.
Right.
I mean, I don't know what he's supposed to do. He only has two catchers. Although he wasn't playing Campusano when he was here, but I think that was more organization, truthfully. Carlos, what's up, man? Our buddy Carlos is with us here in the chat. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super. Guys, if you're here, subscribe. If you're here, thank you for the super chats. He says, F this team. Moment I saw how they won game one, I bet on Philadelphia for game two. Just pathetic all around. Catchers are a joke. Tatis ground balls. Mid-team buy. No, don't go anywhere, my friend. You're in this for the long run. You got to join us for the next couple of months on this. I mean, the Tatis ground balls are crazy. He did have 3 hits today, Jim. Believe it or not, he had 3 singles. One of them, at least one of them, was an infield hit, if not 2. But he did have 3 singles in the doubleheader. So it's not like it was some complete waste of a day for Tatis. It really wasn't. It's just this power conversation that we're going to have for forever. He has none of it, by and large. Catchers we've talked about. And I mean, yeah, maybe the team is mid.
Fernando Tatis Jr. just loves to just pound the ball in the dirt the last 2 months. His power, I don't have that like feeling of at any moment he could hit a home run right now. Do you?
No, I feel like any moment he's going to ground out to third or short.
Right. I don't have this feeling of like, yeah, he's going to, hit some opposite field bomb right now. Like he doesn't have that power. He just doesn't, Yeah, I mean, they are a average team in the last couple of months. Being more level-headed, and I said this on John and Jim, this 10-game homestand is going to tell me a lot. If they go 6-4, I'll be like, okay, they're gonna figure out a way to get to the trade deadline. I feel like, 6-7 games up, they're gonna make a move, and then we're gonna find out what this team's made of in August. That's how I kind of feel about this homestand. If they play well, I'll feel good. I'll feel decent enough to say, all right, well, they're fully in it. Go make a move. Let's see what happens out of the break here. At worst, you go 4-6 on a road trip. 5-5 was something that you would want to, do, and then come home and make a trade at the deadline, and then we'll see if this team is, really good or not in August, because August is going to be the true test. August is the true test of this team coming up, and if they can get to August 6, 7, 8 games over 500, and they can figure out a way to navigate August, and they get to September 7, 8, 9 games over 500, then I feel good about their chances. But if you get to September and they're a 500 team or worse, or 5 games out, I mean, they'll have a lot of work to do, but it still will be in front. It will still be right there on the table. It's just they're going to have to play some damn good baseball in September.
Yeah, to be clear, like if the season ended they're actually tied for the last wild card spot. So like the season is not over. You can't say the season's over when you're actually in a playoff position. And these other teams, I mentioned this today on John and Jim, Mets in wild card position 3-7 in their last 10. Padres 5-5. Cardinals have lost 3 straight. The Giants 3-7 in their last 10 with a win tonight. So none of these teams have been like world beaters by and large. So you just got to hang in this conversation. It's not 2004 with one wild card. It's not 1994 with no wild cards. You just have to hang around, and they'll hang around.
Yep.
The question is, will they take advantage when they need to take advantage, and will these teams continue to kind of just play middling baseball around them as well? But it's not like the season's going to be won or lost even on this 10-game upcoming homestand. They could go 5-5 and their season's not over. They go 6-4. They don't define their season. So there's a lot of baseball in front of these teams. Carlos, appreciate you, man. He says he will be at Petco July 4th. This is Friday. And he says beers to cry. Well, yeah, they have beer. They do have beer.
They do have a lot of beer. So don't worry. You'll be able to drink a lot of beer. I'll be there on the 5th, by the way. I'll be there on Saturday.
Oh, it must be nice.
Yeah, it's actually nice. It is nice. You know where I'm sitting on Saturday? You're gonna hate me.
The suite.
You know the brand new left field suite, like on the field.
I don't. Tell me where it is. Left field, on field.
So like the left field corner.
Yeah, by
that
the
little corner there, Western Metal Supply Building.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. That comes out. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in there.
Who are you with?
Aaron.
Don't let the pie. I hope you're going to wear a freaking mustache. I don't think you're allowed in that ballpark.
They're going to be on television if the ball goes down there. By the way, Cutwater. It's the Cutwater thing, I think, or whatever it's called.
Hendrick, appreciate the super chat. He says the hit by pitches and the knockdown pitches have taken a toll on Tatis. So down confidence, and dodgeball has him flailing to produce. Can't dig in to hit. Interesting.
Can I just say this about that?
Yeah. What do you want to say about that?
Like 75% of the time, like the ball's not even close to Tatis. I think
fails.
Like he is being a little dramatic here. I'm sorry. He's a flailer, to your point, Hendrick. Today he did it. The ball was nowhere close.
He does it every day.
I'm like, dude. I mean, if you're in the ballpark and you see Tatis do that, you think the ball is literally like an inch from his head.
Yeah.
It's not. And I mean, if it is in his head, that'd be one thing, but he's flailed like that his entire career. Like the ball's not even close to you, dude. Why are you acting like the ball is like a millimeter from your head? Chill out.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it does seem like, though, they can get in his head by pitching him in. Like maybe that's just an easy counter to his offensive prowess. Just pitch him in. Like if that's all it takes to fluster him, then the strategy clearly has been effective, and the other teams are noticing that that's all it takes. You don't have to hit him. You can brush him, and it throws him off his game.
Yeah.
And honestly, Jim, what I think it is a combination of everything. I think it's mental. I think it's physical. I think it's the way he's being pitched. I think it's his confidence. I think it's his inability, his tinkering. Like, I think it is honestly a combination of it all. I don't think there's the silver bullet reason. Hit by pitch, Mitch Keller, May 1st. I don't think that's it. That might be one of the reasons as to why. But I don't think there's one silver bullet theory that has zapped Tatis's power where he's hit 2 home runs. I mean, how many games has it been that he's hit just 2 home runs? 30, 35 games, 2 home runs, something like that.
Yeah, because if I'm a pitcher and I throw an up and in and I see Tatis like flailing, and falling back on his face, falling back, and like his helmet goes flying and the bat goes flying. As a pitcher, I'm probably like, I got him. Like, yeah. I got you. Like, now you're mine. But if you throw a pitch up and in to a guy and he just turns it off and then just like not even fazed by it, you're like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. I don't know what it is. I don't
know either.
We'll never get to the bottom of it, truthfully. Carlos appreciates you. He says Tatis can't handle his situation.
Three baby
Personal
mamas. There you go.
baby mamas. No, I honestly, again, going back to like what I said, I don't think there's one reason. I mean, listen, players have off-field situations, all of them. All of them have lives. So they all deal with things, including, I'm sure, Fernando Tatis Jr. I don't think what Tatis deals with, unlike other players, is it's not the sole reason. I don't care what's going on off field. A lot of players across all sports deal with off-field situations. That can't be the sole reason if he is going through something off the field to explain 2+ months of struggles. In my opinion, like that's too extreme to say what's happening off the field has carried over to that extent in his work life. Like that's not right. He's being paid to produce on field. So I do care what's happening, but you got to be able to separate it.
Going back to when he got his contract with the team, 14 years, 340, the statute contract, right? He had a responsibility, and he still has that responsibility to do right by the franchise, to act like a professional, to be a professional, to act like the face of the franchise, to realize that the team has invested a lot in you, and you have to invest the same amount back into them by not doing any stupid shit off the field, by staying out of trouble, by, not riding four-wheelers and whatnot. And, he already broke that trust back in 2020. What was it? 2021 leading into 2022 season. That trust was already broken. And, the biggest thing with Tatis was you have to regain the trust of the organization. I think he has done that, but also knowing, like, if I'm the organization, that he is forever on thin ice, right? Like, there is no more fuck ups here. I'm not saying that he is messing up or whatever with his baby mamas or whatever it is, but going forward for the rest of this contract, he is on thin ice the entire time. And so he has to be the best teammate, the best, off the field person for this franchise. He has to put in the work. He has to be involved in zero drama off field, zero incidences off field. He has to do all that for the rest of his career because he fucked up so bad the first time. So he's not allowed any more F-ups here.
Not just that, I go one further and say he actually owes us one.
100%.
So because of 2022,
owes them one, that's for sure.
And by us, I mean Padres. I mean, he owes the Padres one. Like, he got suspended after they traded for Juan Soto. That's on you, Fernando. You let everyone down. And did you hit last year in the postseason? Yes. No doubt he had 4 or 5 really impressive games. Now, he didn't hit in games 4 or 5. Nobody did. Not putting it solely on him. He had actually produced before that. He's got to be Superman in a postseason coming soon. Because if he's not, I feel like he's never going to really pay back. He's let a lot of people down. He needs to pay that back, and he needs to do it sooner rather than later. Not 7 years from now when he's 33, but like at some point soon in a postseason, hopefully in 2025 or 2026. We're going to get back to the super chats, guys. If you are here, please subscribe. If you're here, thank you for the super chats as well. Click the $ below the chat box. Please support our title sponsor here on the Wrap-Up Show. Mark Nimitz has been with us since day one. 4 years on the Wrap-Up Show, which is incredible. He does insurance policies for whatever you need, auto, home, renter's life. I've got 3 policies through Mark. I've got earthquake, I've got life, and I have homeowners insurance. He does auto as well. Click the link in the description down below. You'll get free quotes online. Call Mark. He'll talk to you about the Padres, and he'll get you those quotes for free as well. He's going to save you money. In addition to that, he's got great service. I had to file a claim in 2022, and he saved us so much time and money. And if you ever need him, he's going to be there for you. I had to get something from him. He was flying to Hawaii. He got back to me immediately on the plane. So he's just terrific when it comes to service and communication. Diehard Padres fan, lifelong San Diegan. If you support the channel, if you have any insurance needs, please click that link in the description down below and get in contact with our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz.
Yeah, and all his information is on that ticker below, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
I would agree with that, Cody. Having watched the Padres as much as I've watched the Padres, I would completely agree with that statement. Mr. B, thank you for the super chat. And again, if you're here, subscribe. And if you're here, thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. He says, can Preller make a trade For William Contreras and Lars Nootbaar, doesn't seem too expensive, and it fixes left and the Maldonado Diaz problem. Well, here's the problem with that. Those two players are on contending teams, are they not? Contreras
Yes.
is on Milwaukee, and Nootbaar's still in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So those are contending. Here's the other problem. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jim. Nootbaar is a lefty?
I think so.
Let me look that up. Yeah, he's a lefty. And he hasn't even, I mean, I'm looking at the numbers. He's hit 225 with a one WAR. I mean, I don't see a left-handed batter being added primarily. I see a righty, and I don't see players coming off contending teams. That does happen occasionally, but I'd be surprised if it happens. So I'm with you in the idea. They have to address left. They have to address catcher, but it's not going to be via Milwaukee or St. Louis in all likelihood unless the wheels just fall off.
No, the teams that you're looking at right now to trade with, Colorado, Miami, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, the White Sox, the Angels, the Rangers, Cleveland, Boston, that's Washington, maybe Atlanta, probably Atlanta.
Right.
That's it. Those are the teams.
Yeah, I agree. And that's where it gets hard because multiple teams will be calling on the same players. So sometimes you have to overpay, reach, get creative, get aggressive. Are the Padres able to overpay? We talked all about it today, Jim. We're like, hey, go add the salary. We talked about Marcell Ozuna, ESPN.com, posted him as a player to keep an eye on with the Padres. He makes good money, but and he's had a nice year. Maybe they have the money to go out and do that. Or we talked about starting pitching. I mean, starting pitching is not cheap typically from capital perspective and from like a monetary perspective, but they're going to have to do something because I've been watching for too long here, 70 games, and they're going to have to do something if they really want to contend here.
Yeah, Lars Nootbaar is a lefty. He's hit 225 this year with 11 home runs. They need a right-handed bat.
Yeah.
William Contreras is not going to be traded here. I can tell you that.
Right. Yeah. Again, I like the idea because you're trying to solve the holes, but it's going to be hard to do it that way. Carlos, appreciate you, man. He says, cease clutchless bum, his words. He cost us the series last year. You're talking about the Dodgers series with game 4 and game 1. I mean, he hasn't been overly clutch. I would agree with that. He was good last year. He was very good in the regular season. He hasn't been good this year in the regular season. That just is the problem. And we had Dan Szymborski today. He's like, he doesn't believe it's really going to cost him much in free agency. His quote unquote down year if he's healthy. I don't know what it is, Jim. It's got to be frustrating for Dylan Cease. I know he wants to pitch better. I doubt this is the way you want to walk into free agency pitching like this. He's kind of running out of a little bit of time. I mean, he'll make his, 10, 12, 13, 14 starts, and maybe that's enough to turn around a season, and maybe it's not. I don't know what to say at this point because he's just been very average.
And with him being very average, they're going to need someone else to step up in that rotation because they need at least 2 viable guys at the front end that are going to give you consistent outing after consistent outing. Right now, they only have Nick Pivetta to do that for you. That's why now the Yu Darvish return is so big and why the Michael King hopeful return is so big because Dylan Cease has failed to be that number 2 starter or number 1 starter. He's just been blah. I mean, you can argue that Randy Vasquez has been more consistent than him. Stephen Kolek has been more consistent than him. I heard Mike Shildt postgame today and he was ranting and raving about how great Dylan Cease was today. Was he? What was he great today? Huh? Was he really that good today?
Shildt? Did he say that post game? I didn't hear that.
Oh,
because I didn't listen.
Oh, he was saying that Cease was really sharp today. Looked really good. It was just a couple. It was just a couple pitches that he gave up. Yeah,
interesting.
He said they battled. He said they battled their ass. Or what was the term? I saw it early in the chat. Put it in the chat. The what he said. It was along the lines of, man, they battled really hard today. I mean, it was
can I pull up the 59? I have 59 seconds on the app.
Oh, he said we played our tails off today. He kept saying we play our tails off. We played our tails off.
You
You
know what
can
maybe
play it.
did them in? Maybe what did them in, Jim, was the split doubleheader. Because it wasn't a true doubleheader. They had to wait 2 hours.
Oh, that's right. No, play it. Play it if you want.
Okay, hold on. Let me find this. It's 59 seconds. It says on cease and on the defense.
Yeah.
I bet the
You thought
defense was,
defensively. Oh, man. Defensively, they were amazing.
let's hear this. Hold on.
Swing by Kepler and Marsh. Pretty much the difference, but he scratched another one on him too. But I thought his stuff was really crisp. It was one of those games where like early on, because their guy was good too, Sanchez, and we got that run, scratched it out, and I was like, all right, here we go. This could be like a 1-0, 2-1 kind of our favorite ball game, but he put a couple swings on. We got his 6 innings, but I thought overall the stuff was crisp around the plate where he wanted it to go. Guys played their tails off. Gosh, Toddy playing defense, Glacius played on the line. Louis made 2 plays. Bogey in the 8th to keep it right there. Heads up play by Glacius, get back to the bag. Guys competed their tails off. But I threw the ball well. The bat quality was good. If we're going to stay in the zone and we're not going to chase guys around, when guys throw a 96 with heavy sink, that's going to be a tougher battle. And guys did. They battled their tails off. But that's the recipe to, get as many good pitches as we can get in the zone and take good swings at it. If we do that, we're going to be in really, really, really good shape.
What are you talking about? for what's this? He thought when they scratched across a run and made it 1-0, he might be in store for one of those 1-0 games. Have you ever watched a game in Philadelphia? They never are going to get a 1-0 game. They have power everywhere. What are the odds the Phillies are going to lose at home 1-0? What are the odds of that? 1 in 600. So
on the road, yes, this year, but at home for the Phillies, no.
I mean, yeah, exactly. And well, maybe, I really like the way we're battling. Maybe not against a guy that throws 96 with heavy sink. Mike, you're not going to face Mick Abel every day that's going to walk 5 guys in an inning. More often than not, you'll face the effective major league quality starter than you'll face the rookie right-hander who's throwing 20 innings. So, you can't say that. You can't be like, we're going to be really, really, really good with that quality of at bat. You were out hit today 22-11. And I'm not the out hit guy, but don't sell me on your offense being so good today. I mean, you scored 7 runs, all of them via walks and singles, by and large. I mean, give me a break with that. Seriously, that's getting tired. You don't have to oversell it. Why can't you just say, Dylan Cease, he still hasn't figured out. We believe he will. This was not his best work. He's capable of more. And why can't you say, offensively, we scuffled in this game. We faced a good pitcher, but we had opportunities we didn't cash in on. Why can't you say that? Is it that hard to say that? You're not offending your team by saying that. He spins everything.
He's a good manager, but I just wish he was not the way he is. It's excused because he's a good manager, and I get it. But, I mean, man, is he insufferable to listen to. I can't stand listening to Mike Shildt. If I'm being as honest as I possibly can, I cannot stand listening to Mike Shildt. Now, there are times when it's like, I can't wait to listen to Mike Shildt because I know it's about to be some bullshit. And because I love content, and Mike Shildt provides content because of the things that he says. And you're like, are we watching the same game?
We're watching the same game.
But, God, is he's oh my God.
Don't insult the intelligence. This is my take. Don't insult the intelligence or intelligence.
Intelligence. There you go. Make a point
of
there.
A knowledgeable fan base that is so locked in. You're going to draw 3.3 million fans this year. You don't need to spin it. Okay? They are watching. They are listening. They are consuming. They are attending. So, you're not going to fool. You're not pulling a fast one on Johnny Padre fan. They know as much about the team as you do. All right, let me get to one of these supers.
Oh, sorry.
Run it back, thank you.
Oh,
Lord help us.
Sorry.
Run it back, thank you. It says trade for Gary Sanchez and Cedric Mullins with the Orioles. Have you seen Gary Sanchez this year?
He's done better of late, I think.
He's been great. He's got an 800 OPS. There's very limited opportunities, 80 at bats.
Perfect. Bring him in.
And then Cedric Mullins has been bad with 700 OPS. He's hitting
a lefty.
214. Yeah, he's a left-handed batter. We've talked about it before. He's a rental. He doesn't make a lot of money. Again, it's kind of a project, isn't it? The way he's played this year.
They need a right-handed bat. They need a right-handed bat. They need a right-handed bat.
Yeah. The sandwich has been super chatting with some names from the past, blasts from the past, Chase Headley and Khalil Green time. I don't know if those two will save this team in the second half or not, but thank you for the super. Carlos has an idea. This is the new Trevor Bauer, Jim. This is the modern day Trevor Bauer. Sign Julio Urias. This isn't major moral league. He's suspended, by the way, right? For like ever.
Should be.
He's had like multiple domestic violence situations, as far as I remember.
Right.
Ain't happening.
No,
Not happening. And that's not really. They don't like need Julio Urias. They can go find someone else.
Again, if no team is going out and signing Julio Urias,
there's a reason.
There's a reason. Same thing with Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Trevor Bauer,
which I'm upset that I even mentioned his name because now people in the chat will be like, "Oh, Trevor Bauer.
Oh, Bauer, I like that.
I like that idea.
That's a really good idea." Guys, we're going to get back to this, but a reminder: get out to Petco Park on Friday. It is July 4th, and when you get there, make sure to take advantage of this great offer from our friends over at SeatGeek. You can get $20 off your order, your first order of $50 or more, with promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. You're going to get $20 off your tickets at SeatGeek, again with the promo code PADSWRAP. Just click that link in the description. You're going to download the app, and you'll have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Padres, Rangers, July 4th, downtown Petco Park, a pair of tickets. I mean, let's see. You can get in for pretty affordable prices right now. Section 315, $64 per ticket with fees. That's $128 for 2 tickets. Use the PODSWRAP promo code. You're down to $108, so about $50 a ticket with fees if you take advantage of that offer at SeatGeek. So get there, click that link in the description down below, and use the promo code PADSWRAP.
And SeatGeek's MLB's official ticket marketplace. So your tickets, they're always fulfilled and guaranteed and instantly downloaded into your account after purchase. SeatGeek always has your back as well. They rate everything and every seat on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're going to get a good deal. So make sure you're looking for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Just use our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, to get $20 off tickets at SeatGeek.
Can we go back to Shildt for 1 second?
Sure.
Because I see the supers, and guys, if you're here, subscribe. We're past 8,800 subscribers because of you guys, so please subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. And thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. Get to all of them. Like, we just heard that soliloquy about the defense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. Maybe there were some good defensive plays. We watched the game. I saw some. But 2 days ago, they looked like they'd never fielded a baseball before. I got Bryce Johnson running into Jackson Merrill. I got issues everywhere, right? I mean, by the way, game 1, they committed multiple errors today in the doubleheader. So, like, I mean, let's just say it how it is. You might say, hey, it's nice to see us play the way we played defensively in game 2 because we hadn't played as well earlier in the series. So that's the type of baseball we need to play moving forward. That's more the Bob Melvin approach. Hey, we weren't necessarily doing that. What we saw today, that's what I need to see moving forward. Didn't result in a win, but that's the type of defense that could actually be beneficial for us because we're capable of playing that type of defense. But he sold it like we were watching the Savannah Bananas. They're doing trick plays, and, man, they're catching the ball with their eyes closed, and they got like 28 outs on like star-worthy plays. I'm like, Mike, I mean, Fernando Tatis Jr. should be making brilliant plays. He's supposed to be as good of a defender as there is in the sport. So, like, that's, you fought a bed with Fernando Tatis Jr. making plays in right field. That should be par for the course.
No, I agree.
I don't know.
You know who he kind of reminds me of? Like, not any person in particular, but just like the person that can't read the room. Like, Mike, we're all laughing at you. How do you not realize that we're all laughing at you? Type of thing. When he's speaking to the media, I mean, I, Kevin's is ace, right? Even Kevin's
Ace
like,
man.
dude, Mike, stop, right? It is so blatant that everybody in the media, when they speak to Mike, is just like, Mike, bro, are you serious right now? And they just let no one in the media is gonna be like, Mike, what are you talking about? Like, they're not going to be combative with him. But it's so easy to if you talk to every single, I guarantee you talk to every single media person, and you have them either off the record or if they want to be on the record, sure, go for it. We'll tell you the same thing. Mike at times is delusional, and when he speaks, it's really sometimes hard to listen to because of how cringy he is. And the fact that he can't bring himself to just be real and honest about things makes him like the person that can't read the room. Like, Mike, are you serious right now? Did you seriously just say what you said about a team that we just saw lose the game the way they lost the game?
I'm with you. I mean, well said. I don't know what to say about it. Like you said, I think he is a good manager.
He's a good manager. I'm not denying that.
His win-loss record in St. Louis was very good.
Yes.
His record here is very good. 93-69 plus 46-40 is good, especially by Padres historical standards. I mean, that's as good of a winning percentage you're going to have over 2 years by and large. So he is good. Now his players play a role in that as well, and his front office. So you give him the benefit there, but some of it, it's like, Mike, we get it. You don't have to go this far to make your team look good when they're not playing good. JD's third thank you. He says, will they do a Kershaw crying meme in August?
Probably not.
Probably not. They're 2-5 against the Dodgers. Maybe they'll do a Kershaw congratulations. Maybe they'll do a 3,000 strikeout montage, since probably 2,000 of them are against the Padres in his career. The sandwich, thank you. He says Urias actually comes off the suspension list at the break. Sign him. Pitch him game one and wherever they are on the road. That'd be quite a story. Quite a story. Hendricks says,
guys, we're done with this.
There is no world where the Padres are signing guys coming off suspended lists.
They're not doing this, guys.
And they don't, that's not their main, I don't know. It's not the issue. Does he hit? I'd not if he hits. David, thank you. He says Dylan Cease needs to insure his elbow with Farmers. I mean, it is true that he needs to stay healthy. I mean, that's no doubt. He's getting paid if he stays healthy. He's getting paid if he stays healthy. I think we agree with that.
Right.
I don't know what the deal has been with Cease. It's definitely been disappointing. I didn't expect this type of year from him going into free agency. I really didn't. And it's been very, I mean, I don't have a lot of, he just gets hit hard. What did we hear from Dan Szymborski today? Batting average on balls in play is over 330. It's not good. So he's been hit hard. He's been hit very hard.
Yep.
So no bueno.
Not good.
Not good. Not good. What else happened? Anything else happen here tonight, guys? In either of these two games? But they have the one extra base hit today.
Yeah, 2 for the series.
2 for the series. Now, they did hit a ball off the top of the wall. Congratulations to Xander Bogaerts for doing that 3 days ago. But still only counts as a double because it didn't go over the wall. And then they had the Machado ball off the wall that he settled for a single because he watched it out of the box. But they had 2 extra base hits in this entire series. And now it's Rangers, Diamondbacks, and again, the Phillies before they go into the All-Star break. Machado, we haven't talked about in the wrap-up show, but we talked about on John and Jim, is the starter at third base, deservingly the starter at third base over Max Muncy, who got injured tonight, by the way, for the Dodgers, and their come from behind win. But Machado, I mean, we talked about it earlier. He's put together a nice year. He really has. It's one of his better, 80, 90 game stretches here.
Yeah, he's put together a really good year. That injury to Max Muncy did not look good, by the way.
So,
says that they're getting an MRI tomorrow. Dave Roberts said initial tests have them feeling optimistic, and that the hope is he's only sustained a sprain.
I guess he would have been a reserve, Jim, potentially at the All-Star game if he was one of the finalists.
Probably, yeah.
We talked about the starters. Acuna does make the team as a starter. I get it. It's in Atlanta. He's had a great year. 3 Dodgers starters, but they could have had many more than that. I actually give the voters a lot of credit. I like where that National League team is heading into that game. I'll be watching. I like the baseball All-Star game. It's not the end all be all, but Manny's starting. And who knows if the Padres have another All-Star, Jim? I mean, do they get Adrian Morejon on that team? That seems a little aggressive as a non-closer. Does Nick Pivetta make that team? I wouldn't think so. So, I mean, it could be just Manny.
Yeah, I think it's just Manny. I think Manny's the only All-Star from this team. And they had, 5 last year?
Yeah, they had 5.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, and shoot, they were 500 last year at the All-Star break.
Well, hey, at least if you're a Padres fan, you only have to watch 20 minutes of the All-Star game. Potentially.
You think Dave Roberts takes him out after the half inning?
Well, I mean, what I meant is not 20 minutes, but he'll get 2 at bats. So 3-4 innings.
Yeah.
It's true. And then you can check out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Hendrick, thank you. He says 3 hits today with runners in scoring position in 18 innings.
Not great.
I mean, it's just who they've been. Again, Manny came through with 2 outs in that second inning, and good thing he did. Good thing he did.
If he didn't, that's a sweep.
What would we be saying, honestly, if they were swept in Philadelphia? Again, it wouldn't be the season over, but man, people would be losing their minds.
Better question, what would Mike Shildt be saying?
He'd be talking about that defense.
Let me point out some guys that nobody cares about how good, I mean, you see Yuki Matsui in the 7th inning down 5-1, man. Oof, great.
I mean, again, all that talk about the offense in game 1, 9 walks is impressive. They had 5 hits.
He said they'd be unstoppable. He's like, we'd be unstoppable. Bro, you're not walking 9 times a game. Stop.
No, they've only walked 9 times in the game 1 time.
No, they haven't walked 9 times in the game all year. Their highest was 8.
Until today.
Yeah, until today. You're right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you're right, Mike. You are unstoppable when you walk 9 times in a game because you've done it 1 time this year.
No, they're literally stoppable. They're not unstoppable.
You almost lost the game, by the way. You almost lost the game walking 9 times.
Dude, I will say this, and if anyone was watching game 1 at the end, I have no idea what they were doing. I have no idea what was going on at the end of the game. First of all, the freaking whoever that was, the runner, was it? I forget who it was. Who went to third? It wasn't Marsh. Who is that kid? Oh, Bohm.
Bohm, yeah.
Bohm makes the final out of third like an idiot in a 2-run game, and then he's safe because Manny didn't tag him. And then it's 1st and 3rd. What I didn't understand is the Padres allowed defensive indifference, which allowed the tying run to move into scoring position. That made no sense to me. And Xander, they showed a shot where Xander did one of these what are we doing looks.
Hey, defensively they're great though, John. Game 2.
Like, huh? We're going to allow him to take second. But then Schwarber struck out, thankfully. So I'm not going to complain about the win. I don't care if they win every game 1. If they come home and win 1-0 on Friday, we're signing up for it because of the way they're playing.
Take it.
You're going to take it right now. But it's a little off. And by a little off, it's very off. JD's third says 2 extra base hits in a 3-game series, 2 doubles. That good?
I'm still checking on that to see if it's good or not. I'll get back to you guys when I find an answer.
It's not good. It's not good. What is good, guys, is Underdog Fantasy. And if you use the promo code, it's even better because you get a 50% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a free gimme pick. What does that look like? It looks like higher or lower than, let's say, a half total point for Kelsey Plum tomorrow, not 18.5 points. So it's couldn't be simpler or easier. They'll give you that free gimme pick. It's simple, higher, lower. Pick'ems. You can play across all sports, so WNBA, but then you can include, let's say the Padres are actually off tomorrow. So let's see what's going on tomorrow in baseball. You can go with any game specifically. So Ty France, all right? Old friend, Aztec for life. If those 3 things happen, 3 things, okay? We get the overs, the hires on Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, and then Ty France. $10. $10 pays $267.
Ooh.
If you flex it, which means you only have to get 2 correct, you can still win big. So this is simple. It's easy. You can win 500 times your money in a single night. I mean, that's crazy. Just use the promo code PADSWRAP, PADSWRAP. Click the link in the description down below. Get the free gimme pick and the 50% deposit match as well up to $1,000.
And then you scan the QR code above my head right here, and you download the Underdog Fantasy app, you use our promo code PODSWRAP, and then you can start playing. You have our permission.
You do. What do you think about this? It's a fair question. Will Kershaw be the last pitcher with 3,000 strikeouts?
Maybe, just because it's so hard and difficult as a pitcher nowadays to get the length and the longevity to get that. Who else is out there that could get 3,000?
I'll give you Chris Sale, 25-28. He could.
There's a real good chance he could, yes.
He's 36. Garrett Cole, 22-51.
Yeah, I'm going to say no on that.
And then you, Darvish, no chance in hell, 2007.
No.
You don't see Darvish with 993 strikeouts from here on
Could
out.
Could Skeens do it?
Skeens, bro. What are we talking about?
Like, just hear me out here.
Okay. How many strikeouts does he have in a year?
So let me just see this. Skeens this year has 115 strikeouts. Last year he had 170.
He's got 285 career.
Yeah. So
Get some work.
Let's just say he gets 230 strikeouts for the next
10
years. He gets just 7. Okay, just kidding.
It's just so hard. They don't throw enough innings, and they're so protective. I mean, it's possible. Yeah. I don't think he'll be the last one, if I'm being honest. And then there was an article about will Machado be the last 3,000 hit guy? I don't think so. Right. I mean, again, it's not easy, but it's too definitive. And we're last. I don't think last. It's going to be harder and fewer, but I don't think it's last for either. I don't think it's last for Kershaw. I don't think it's last for Machado. John Fields, thank you, man, for the very generous super chat. I appreciate this perspective. He says he appreciates Shildt staying positive. The Padres are a few games over 500 in the wild card hunt. Negativity feeds more negativity. Example, Bomel. It may seem crazy, but tough talks are reportedly happening behind the scenes. Yeah, he certainly says it differently, obviously, with his team than he does with the media. I think that's fair. I mean, Melvin was just extended by the Giants. Melvin had a deeper postseason run than Shildt. I'll credit Shildt. I do think he's a good manager, but I don't think it's fully fair to discredit Bob Melvin. But I do understand he left in not the best of terms here. So no, I get what you're saying. I mean, I'm sure some people do appreciate it. So I respect your opinion. Certainly, I see it a little differently.
Yeah, and it's I don't want Mike Shildt to be negative when his team loses like we are, or
right.
like fans are.
Right.
What we're asking for is Mike, don't bullshit us. You can't bullshit a bullshitter. So when your team goes out there once again and looks feeble on offense and one extra base hit, 2 in a series, it's okay to say to the media, hey, we need to be better. There's nothing wrong with that. And he rarely will go there. And when he does, it feels like he's saying something really bad about his team. You can say both things in a sentence. We're really struggling right now. We need to be better on offense. We need to put runs on the board consistently. I have faith in our guys that we can do that. I trust these guys. I back these guys. I have faith that we are going to put it together here soon, but we got to get through this stretch and we got to be better offensively. And we know that. The guys know that. I'm not saying anything that the guys don't know. But I have faith in them and I feel like we can turn this thing around offensively. Is that so hard to say?
I agree. Here's what I would just say to John, because I respect it. Obviously, there's people that agree with John as well. I definitely respect it. And we have strong opinions, but that's kind of what the point of the show is. I would just say, to me, it kind of feels like it's being spun through like a state, through a government, a propaganda angle. It's always PR. It's always everything's great. Oh, that injury is minor. Oh, the defense is awesome. Xander, Xander's been just a little more transparency, honesty. I'm not asking for everything. We're not going to get everything. They don't have to tell me, hey, Bryce Johnson's dealing with a big toe. They can keep that. They can keep that. But like, if Tatis is dealing with something, if there's like, I just feel like we need a little more forthrightness, a little more honesty. Not everything. I get it. They're an organization. They're in the business of their business. They are in the business of public relations. It's true. They're trying to sell tickets. They're a business. But it feels like they go too far sometimes. Like, guys, it's okay sometimes. You don't have to go to this end to make it seem like it's something that it isn't, in my opinion.
Yeah, like you said, it's always a PR spin on everything out of Mike Shilt's mouth. But
yeah.
Again, he is a good manager. He has proven that he's a good manager. Yeah. I do think he's the right manager for this team. He's proven that. It's just what we've talked about are the things that have annoyed me from day one about Mike Shildt. And really, it's not much to do with his managing style. So does it really matter that much? It's just a personal preference. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. John also feels this way. A lot of fans feel this way.
A lot of people feel the same.
A lot of media members feel this way when they talk to Mike Shildt publicly.
And there's people like John. I mean, I think there's people that I think probably appreciate the way Mike Shildt talks about his team. I'm sure. Like, it's not all negativity.
And as I said, it does not matter as long as they win.
Yeah, I would agree. Hendrick follows up by saying Sale on the 60-day IL for a rib injury slows down his pursuit of 3,000. There's no question, but I think he's only 36 years old, so I think it's at least a possibility. Right. David, thank you for the super. Says Shilt's a great manager. He can't control his players being below average at the same time, except Machado. I mean,
I agree with that.
Yeah, yes and no. Right. You're right. He's not fully responsible for his team's play. That's a fair point. And the team is responsible for the team's play. So, yeah, I would agree with a portion of that as well. Isaac, thank you. Says, damn, I'm late again. Have a great week, John and Jim. We appreciate
that.
Isaac. We do. All right. Why don't we do this? Why don't we talk for another 4 hours tomorrow about the Padres at 2 p.m.? Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's talk about this offense on an off day for 4 damn hours on the 3rd of July. So we'll do that to the best of our ability. And then we're going to catch up on the wrap-up show following the series against the Rangers. Why? Because it's July 4th on Friday, and you'll all be out celebrating or watching the Padres or watching fireworks or being with family and friends. We will as well. So we will react Sunday, and then we'll go from there. So join us tomorrow because you're on the radio tomorrow. Obviously, we're not working on July 4th, and then we'll be back with you Sunday night to recap the Padres-Rangers series, and things will change. We'll see if they can win that series against the Rangers. Maybe it feels different. If they do win a series against the Rangers this upcoming weekend, please subscribe to this channel as we are here for you in season and out of season. And please smash the like button. And if you're here on replay, thank you for the super thanks as well. Support our partners, Mark Nimitz, Homul Casino, SeatGeek, and Underdog Fantasy. Enjoy your 4th. Join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. on San Diego Sports 760. We'll full reaction to this past week against the Phillies. We'll look ahead to this Rangers series as well. Sound good, Jim?
Sounds good, John.
All right. For Jim, I'm John. This has been the wrap-up show. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your 4th. We'll see you Sunday night.
Peace out. Bye.
Happy 4th. Be safe.